Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. April 11th, 2021. 4 years ago today, the Ben 10 reboot aired its finale on Cartoon Network. And ever since that day, the entire Ben 10 fan base has been waiting to see what is next for the franchise. What will this sixth iteration be? When is it coming? Are we returning to the original continuity? Are we going to have a sequel to the reboot? Or are we doing something new entirely? 4 years have passed and we have the same information today that we had 4 years ago. There is no word at all whatsoever on what is next for Ben 10. And today in this video, I want to just discuss with you guys how exactly we got here, what's been happening behind the scenes, why haven't we gotten this announcement, and what the future of Ben 10 could look like. Because quite frankly, if you've been watching my channel for the past 4 years covering this topic, you will know that I am pretty surprised that we have yet to get the announcement for the next iteration of Ben 10. And I do think something soon will be coming, and we'll get into that a little bit later. The Ben 10 reboot, as I said before, ended on April 11th of 2021. 4 years ago to the day. Today is the 4-year anniversary of that finale. In the time that has passed over the past 4 years, initially, if you guys recall, we had Duncan Rolu speaking on Twitter saying that, hey, we're working on something with Cartoon Network right now. It's going to be announced by the end of this year. We can't wait for you to see what we're cooking up for Ben 10. And that announcement never came. Then all of a sudden, in January or February of 2022, Duncan says, hey, I misspoke. You know, Cartoon Network has their ideas. We have our ideas. We're trying to work through some stuff right now. We never got any indication further than that on what's going on with Ben 10. We didn't really hear about it for the rest of 22 from Duncan. We didn't hear about it in 2023 either until Jason DeMarco, who's the senior vice president of action and anime at Cartoon Network, spoke out on Twitter saying that, hey, we're developing a few ideas for Ben 10 right now. I don't know if any of these are going to go anywhere, but we're working on something. Hopefully something comes to fruition out of this. He deletes that tweet, and pretty much since then, since that time, we have yet to hear anything really regarding Ben 10. I know Duncan has spoken this year and last year in interviews with Cartoon Base. I've discussed those at length in other videos, what he said in those interviews, but really we don't have anything concrete regarding what is happening with the franchise right now. And I just kind of wonder how we got here, because Ben 10 premiered all the way back in 2005 in December of that year. We're creeping in on the 20-year anniversary of the franchise at the end of this year, and we've really never had any point in the franchise history where we've had so much uncertainty with it. The closest we've ever come to this is, if you guys recall, when Ben 10 Omniverse ended in 2014, Ben 10 was out of the spotlight for a little bit, right? It was kind of quiet on the Ben 10 front. There were rumblings out there that they were working on something. It was either going to take the form of a Ben 10,000 series or a Ben 10 reboot. I remember at the time saying, why would Ben 10 need a reboot? It's doing perfectly fine as it is already. Why are they going to reboot the whole thing? Just make a Ben 10,000 show. It makes a lot of sense, especially since Ben 10,000 was really present in the later arcs of Ben 10 Omniverse. And obviously, as we all know, in 2015, we got the announcement that, hey, Ben 10's being rebooted. It's going to be a comedy this time. And obviously, it premiered all the way back in 2016 in other parts of the world, such as Europe, and then 2017 here in the US. And as I said before, it concluded 4 years ago. This is the most uncertainty we've ever had in the franchise since that point. That point in time, we maybe had 6 to 8 months of uncertainty regarding what's going on with Ben 10, if that much. We've had 4 years of uncertainty right now, and I am shocked to be sitting here today discussing this at all, because as I said before, I would have put money on this show being announced in 2022 at the latest. I would have thought we'd be watching it by now. I would have thought we'd be on season 2 at this point, if not even season 3, and yet here we are, waiting still to hear what is going on with Ben 10. So what exactly has been going on with this situation? And I've discussed this in other videos before, and in all honesty, I think what happened here is Duncan Rolu and Man of Action were working with Cartoon Network on their own vision for Ben 10 on what the 6th series was going to entail. That looked like it was getting greenlit. We were expecting to see an announcement at the end of 2021 on what that was going to be, and then something happened behind the scenes, whether it be the shakeups that came from Warner Brothers Discovery, although this predates that a little bit. This would have been still when it was Warner Media and Tom Ashin's reign over the channel. That show was canceled. Why was it canceled? We don't know. But then all of a sudden, if you fast forward 2 years into into 2023, we have Jason DeMarco commenting that he's working on his own ideas for Ben 10, meaning that Man of Action is out, Jason DeMarco is in. Man of Action's not as involved maybe with this next iteration of Ben 10 as they thought they were going to be, and now Jason DeMarco is heading up the show, developing his own ideas for it. It's been almost 2 years now since we've heard Jason DeMarco speak publicly on it. Does that mean his show's been greenlit and it's in development right now? Does that mean his ideas were shelved by Cartoon Network and Cartoon Network's bringing in someone else to develop the next iteration of Ben 10? We really don't know, and in all honesty, that's where we stand today. We know that something's happening behind the scenes. We know that the Ben 10 franchise is being developed in some capacity, but we really don't know what that is. Is it a 6 series that's being actively worked on? Is it a show that's been greenlit already? Or are they still in the inception phases of things at the drawing board trying to cook up some cool idea for the next iteration of Ben 10? We really don't know, but in all honesty, I think what really is to blame here for the lack of direction, if you will, for Ben 10 is the fact that so much has changed, not only at Warner Brothers Discovery, but really the industry as a whole. If we first just focus in on Warner Brothers Discovery, what's happened since the Ben 10 reboot ended? Well, Tom Ashton got fired as the head of Cartoon Network. Michael Olin was brought in. The entirety of Warner Brothers, which was Warner Media at the time, got restructured because Warner Brothers Discovery happened. That whole merger with Discovery took place. Everything's been changing, not for the better necessarily. A lot of things have been changing for the worse. Warner Brothers Discovery has made it very clear that they do not want to focus on kids animation content anymore. They want to focus on young adult and teenage content when it comes to Cartoon Network. So all in all, what that tells me is, hey, maybe the Man of Action Ben 10 that was going to get announced in 2021 was going to be a more comedic, less serious Ben 10 show. Not necessarily along the lines of the reboot, maybe a mix between that and what the original series was back in 2005. That show got scrapped. It's not happening anymore. So then all of a sudden, Warner Brothers Discovery comes in and they're like, hey, we want a more serious Ben 10. We want it to be put on Adult Swim. We want him to be in his 20s. We want it to be relatable to those original kids who grew up with the original Ben 10. We want them to have something to watch because they're the people we are targeting right now. And that show is what's being developed right now. Whether it's been greenlit already, whether they're still working through ideas, we do not know. And as for the animation industry as a whole, things aren't great right now. If you look at the animation industry, really not a lot of big companies, not a lot of big studios are greenlighting shows anymore. If you look at what's been being made, not only by Cartoon Network, but even by Nickelodeon and Disney too as well. Disney's been a little bit better with new ideas, but what I'm trying to get at is if you look at the industry as a whole, really new shows and new ideas aren't happening. They're really heavily focusing on old IPs and trying to bring those back into the spotlight to try to have as surefire of a hit as they possibly can. They don't want to take risks anymore. Everyone's risk averse. That's essentially where we are today. As for where I think this is going, I'm not going to go too in depth on that topic in this video because I recently discussed it in another video, which I'll leave a card above to it. But essentially, I think that we're getting pretty close to the announcement of the next Ben 10. And I've said this before, but in reality, every day that passes is one day closer we are to the announcement. Whether that announcement's coming in 50 days from now or 100 days from now or 365 days from now, we don't know. It is coming though one day. They are not going to cancel Ben 10. Ben 10 is not ending here. They are going to continue this franchise because it is too big for them not to make more of. This franchise is as close to a surefire hit as they can. It's not a big risk for them to make more Ben 10 as it would be a bigger risk for them to bring in a brand new IP. We will get more Ben 10. As I said in that video recently, a lot's been happening regarding Ben 10. Again, if you have not seen that, go watch that video because I'm not going to get into too much detail on that because this is long enough as it is already. But Ben 10's been getting back into the spotlight again. There's been a lot of merch coming out. A lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes with Ben 10. There's clearly an emphasis on the franchise once again. And furthermore, we are approaching the 20th anniversary of the franchise at the end of this year. In December, we will hit the 20-year anniversary from when the original series premiered all the way back in 2005 on Cartoon Network. And I said this last year even, but I think the perfect way to celebrate this anniversary would be to announce the next iteration. And given that so much is happening right now with Ben 10 coming back into the spotlight again, given that the anniversary is approaching, I think that we're probably going to get the announcement this year that Ben 10 is going to come back. And honestly, it would be so perfect for it to premiere this year. I don't think that's going to happen, but technically speaking, next year is the 20th year of Ben 10 because the anniversary hits at the end of this year, meaning that December of 2025 through December of 2026 is the 20-year anniversary of Ben 10. So maybe it premieres at some point during that year span and we start to learn more and more details as this year progresses. Maybe at the Annecy Film Festival this summer, we hear that Ben 10's coming back for a 6th series in 2026. Maybe we hear something at Comic-Con this year. I don't know, but I think think every day that passes is a day closer to when we're getting that announcement, and I don't think it's that far away. I would really be surprised if I'm sitting here in a year from now with no indication on what's happening with the franchise. I would be absolutely floored and absolutely stunned, because something is cooking, something is brewing behind the scenes. It's just a matter of, when is Warner Brothers Discovery, when is Cartoon Network, maybe Adult Swim if they're involved with this as well, when are they going to come out and give us the official word on what's happening with Ben 10? That's what we've been waiting for the past 4 years, and I don't really think we're going to be waiting that much longer. If in a year from now we're still sitting here saying, hey, it's the 5-year anniversary of when the reboot ended, we still have no word on what's happening with Ben 10, I would be absolutely floored, because I do think this show is getting announced really soon. I don't think it's going to happen this month. I'm not saying it's going to happen next month, but I think the day of the reveal for the 6th iteration of Ben 10 is coming in the not too distant future. I think within the next year, we will have a lot more information on what is happening with this franchise. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about the future of Ben 10 and just the state of Ben 10 right now? Can you believe that today is the 4-year anniversary of when the reboot ended? To me, it's absolutely crazy to even be making this video, because I really do remember it as if it were yesterday when I was watching those 3 specials in April of 2021, and I was making videos right after they premiered doing reviews on them. It's crazy to think it's been 4 years since that happened. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.